Hi guys, hello. Thank you so much for being here today. Jenny with Cali Girl Style. For those of you who are just joining us or coming over from Jan's page, welcome. I am so excited to introduce you guys to Jan today. I met Jan a few months ago through Virginia Kerr, who is this phenomenal entrepreneur, video guru, all the things. And I heard Jan on a podcast and instantly was like, I need to meet this woman. If you saw my stories from yesterday, you would know that I just can't get enough of Jan. She has the most amazing business with sales and marketing advice. She is so intelligent. She is so true to who she is in your business. And she just launched this new program called No Bullshit Business School. And I mean, just the name alone, I was like, yes, I'm in, I love you. And so we had got to chatting about some stuff, and she, when we first chatted, was like, I don't do one-on-ones. I don't do business coaching. I don't necessarily help, men and women individually sort of on that one-on-one basis. And we got off the phone and I was like, oh, shucks, she won't work with me. Okay, that's fine. And then she called me that night and she was like, okay, I can't stop thinking about you and your business. I'm in, let's work together. I love what you do and your model and all the things. So we just instantly hit it off. And then we got to talking about our love for statement earrings and bright, bold colors and branding your business and who you are and all the things. And it just blossomed from there. She lives in Canada. I beg her constantly to come down to Florida and visit me. And I wanted her to hop on here today to share with you guys a little bit about her experience with StyleBox and what led her to trust me when we had just met to purchase a StyleBox. And I'm going to add her here. Oh, is that going to let you do it? And how we came to working together. There she is. Look at us in our bright, bold colors.
Wow. I know. I thought about what I was wearing today. I actually did. I was like, I'm going to be on with Jenny. I have to wear something bright.
It's so good to see you. I always love it when I get to see you and chat with you. And I'm so excited to introduce you to a lot of my followers, because I think even just when I post about you or I tag you in something, I have so many people come to me and say, oh my gosh, I've been following her forever. She's amazing. I love her honesty and her reels and just how true you are. And then this whole new No Bullshit Business School. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so thank you so much. I was watching the intro and I was like, oh, I'm going to cry before I go on camera. It's so nice of you. So No BS Business School is my podcast, and it's where I really have an opportunity to be able to talk about things that women need to know in business, but with no filter on it. So I think a lot of the time that we get told how to do things in business and we get a percentage of the understanding of it instead of not getting 100% of what we need to know. So on the podcast, I'm just dropping the truth about things like the good, the bad, the ugly, helping women be able to work through things. And then I'm offering the opportunity to be able to come on the show with me once a week as a business owner, and I do a business audit in real time. So going over your funnel, helping women in real time for free, getting you unstuck, moving you forward, being able to really get that strategic advice that a lot of us lack in business, especially in the early days, where we just kind of don't know what we're supposed to do. So we do all the things instead of doing the right things. So that's my whole focus on there. No BS Business School.
I love it. I love it. And everything you just said, you guys, if you're watching this now, or if you're watching it on the replay, I'm telling you, Jan is the real deal. And I have had the opportunity to work with many amazing solopreneurs and business coaches and career advice, you name it. And Jan is my holy grail. She is just so amazing. So if you have the opportunity to work with her or join her school, you definitely should. She's amazing. So Jan lives in Canada. I'm down in South Florida. We live in very different climates and very different worlds. And Jan, I would love for you to share a little bit with our audience as to what brought you to trust me to purchase a StyleBox.
Yeah, so it was a really interesting journey because it started through Virginia, like it did. We kind of in the group and we were, getting to know each other through reels and talking about that. And I remember the day that you DM'd me and you're like, I'm going to talk to you. Because I never told you the story. I actually thought that I was like, she wants to style me. I was so excited. And then we got on the call and you were like, I want business advice. And I was like, oh, really? But what it was really was I had been looking for a while to be able to try to find someone to help me get back to where my style used to be before the pandemic hit. Because Canada, we got locked down, and we're in a province where we were locked down for 2 years. under curfew for most of those 2 years. And that included that we weren't allowed to buy non-essential items. So we weren't allowed to shop. We couldn't go to stores. We weren't able to get makeup. There was like everything kind of, it was just necessities for 2 years. And it's funny because prior to that, like I knew my style, I knew who I was really kind of confident in that. And it's like the opposite of what happened in motherhood for me, where I was like, I'm totally cool being a mom, I'm not losing myself. I lost myself in the pandemic. And so it went like the opposite way, where I was like, I have an online business, I was on camera every single day, and I was like, I don't even know how to dress myself anymore, I don't know what to put on, I don't even, like, it was just like the opposite of me. And I became, quieter and doing all of those things. So when I saw you and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is what I've been like dreaming of. And then you came into my life. I was like, Jenny, can we talk? So it really was about that immediate, and it was immediate trust with you. Like it was instant when we sat down and I had that first consultation. Because I adore you and you're so good at what you do.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to cry. That's so sweet of you. And kind of going back a little bit to being shut down, because I chat with so many women who are like, oh, I'm just not really out and about yet. Or, oh, I just kind of go here and there. And then I go back and I shop my closet, and they go and they put their outfit on and they're like, oh, it's too big or it's too small. And then they just kind of go to grab their comfies, right? They go to grab their leggings or that like shirt that just gets them through the day. And I think what I love so much about my job and what I love about with working with you and other women is when you take the time to put on a pair of earrings or a bright bold color or a neutral that just feels good and fits properly for your body and your size, it completely turns your day around. Right? I just feel like you're so much more successful, you're happier, you're probably nicer to your kids or your partner. And I don't know, I just feel like if I can empower women to look and feel their best, and someone like you who comes back and says, oh my gosh, I do, like, I know that you sort of like rebranded yourself too, like you cut your hair a little bit shorter and more like your bright bold colors. And I love that you trusted me. I love working with you. Just to show you guys at home, so Jan and I met for 30 minutes via Zoom, right? Because that's the world we live in. I mean, 99% of my clients do not live in Florida. So I have some of my nearest and dearest friends who I've never met in person. And Jan is now one of them. And we really chatted about what it was that she wanted, what she was looking for, right? She's always online. She is always on live with a Zoom or teaching in front of either one person or a group of 50 to 100 women. So how she looks and how she is perceived by her colleagues or her peers, mentors, all that matters. It matters how she shows up for herself. So I feel like you were really good at nailing sort of what worked for you, what didn't work for you, what you wanted, what you didn't want. And that really helped make my job easier. And so just so you guys know, these are Jan's style boards. So with every single style box, you get 2 to 4 pieces of clothing and then 2 to 4 accessories, right? But everybody's different. And then I create sort of a style sheet so that you can take these looks and you can go back to your closet and you can shop them. You can dress them, right? Like, okay, everybody's got a pair of denim. Okay, everybody's got a pair, a pair of sandals. So it helps jumpstart you so that you're not opening a box going, well, now what do I do? Or what does that go with that? So I love that I've seen you show up in so many different styles and looks with your clothes. What was your favorite part about opening your style box when you got it?
Well, it's funny because when it came, my daughter was with me, and so my daughter's 4, as you know, Jenny, and she's fancy. She calls herself a fancy girl. That's her whole thing. She always wants to accessorize, and I'm like, I don't know where she got that from. I have no clue. But she's like, it came, and we opened it together and unboxed it together, and she went, "Ooh, mommy!" And for me, that was my favorite moment. It was that "woo, mommy" moment where she's like, "You're going to look beautiful." And I didn't realize like how much I was going to be getting in there. And everything I took out, I was like, I love this. I love this piece. I love these earrings. I love this necklace. I love this dress. And that dress, which I never would have bought for myself. Like I would have looked at it in a store and I told you that, and I would have been like, it's beautiful, but it doesn't suit me. And I put it on, and every time I wear it, people compliment me that I have it on. And I love it. It's one of my favorites. It's like a staple piece now for me as well.
I love that dress on you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think what it was, again, was for me, being able to have a conversation with somebody who understood my needs and also valued the fact that I like looking good, and not in a way that it's like, bragging or wanting to be kind of showy, but it's important to me. It's important to me how I show up for my women. It's important to me how I show up as a mother. It's important to me how I show up in my marriage. And more importantly, it's important to me how I show up for myself. And so having that opportunity to be able to open up a box and see myself reflected in that box in a way that I thought I couldn't have anymore in my life, I was like, Jenny, you're a miracle worker. So that's why I'm like, I'm for life buying these boxes. I'm working, I tell everybody. And it was funny too, I posted in my stories about it and I got so many DMs from people being like, who is she? Where can I? I'm like, yep, there she go shop, get the boxes. Because I think there's so many women out there like me. Like we just need some help to get back to where we were.
Yeah. And I think, like you said too, it just really helps to have somebody take the time that honestly cares and wants to listen and want to help, right? I mean, you hear people who are like, oh yeah, I just got a trunk club delivered. Like I went outside one day and I saw my neighbor and she was carrying a trunk club delivery back to her door. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're killing me. And she was like, what? I'm like, girl, that's what I do. But it's more one-on-one. It's more personal, which there's nothing else like that on the market, right? It's not an algorithm or a bot. You're not filling out a questionnaire and then someone sending you a box of like whatever and you're like, none of this fits me. So I love that one-on-one connection. I love meeting so many amazing women from different backgrounds and different parts of the country and different jobs, right? We all show up differently for our jobs. A lot of us are going back in person and a lot of us are still very much online with our business. So I totally agree with you that how we show up for ourselves totally makes a difference in our productivity. Now, I remember you also telling me too that with your box and with sort of rebranding your image and all that it has affected your business. I would love for you to share a little bit more about how you feel the style box sort of changed or jump-started your whole style.
So it really, I think, like, one of the things about starting a business, again, and like everyone who knows this when you start a business, is like you sometimes start off in tame spaces when you're running business. And I've been doing business for 30 years. Like I know business inside and out. But you tend to start in like tame spaces and you're like, okay, I'm going to experiment a little bit and then I'll push it and push it and push it. And I felt that I had pushed my boundary as far as I could get until it was kind of like I got that opportunity to feel like I was back in my skin again. And I know that sounds strange, but it's how I felt, right? I felt like I was putting my skin back on. And not like the skin of somebody else and not the skin of expectation and not the skin of how other people do things, but how Jan does things. And so for me, it really was the chance for me to be able to show up again how I wanted to. And I started taking big, big risks. So rebranded, cut my hair off again, went back to like, I love having short hair. It's who I am. I don't want, and it's not what everybody wants, but I love it. And having the chance to rebrand my podcast and like, going and being more bold with that and working with you. Like you were the very first one-on-one client that I have taken.
I remember that.
Yep.
I remember that. Yeah. We got off the phone and you were like, I don't do one-on-ones. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
It was like, you didn't want to date me. I was like, she doesn't want to date me. She doesn't want to go out with me. Oh my gosh. What do I do? Yeah. What do I do? And I was like, oh my gosh. I like ran and told Jim, I'm like, Jan wants to work with me. He's like, which one's Jan? I don't, what are we doing? No, but like back to like, your risks and stuff like that. I mean, look, you and I are very similar in that. I think very attracted to that about each other and our businesses and like the drive, right? Because you work from home, I work from home. We're like one-man shows. Yes, I'm sure we have podcast people and people that help us with our websites and all the things, but we both sit in our office at home and we are our own boss and we're our own marketing person and we have stuff that we can necessarily lean on, but we really have to motivate ourselves day in and day out. And what I love about you is that you were willing to take that risk. And I was the same way. I mean, with moving cross country 2 times and moving someplace again with my 4 kids in tow to like, see if this is the life we wanted in Florida, like you hear it so much, but on the other side of fear and on the other side of risk, the rewards are so gratifying and so addicting and so amazing. It's like, I love when I see that in clients, like when you said that maroon dress with the polka dots, you were like, I would have seen that in the store and I would have never bought it. I feel like when I chat with women and what I love most about my business is I see things in women that they don't necessarily see in themselves, right? How often do we look in the mirror and go, oh yeah, no, that's not me, or I don't really care for that, or I don't wear that color, or that doesn't look good on me. And I'm like, if you would just trust me, I guarantee you, when you put that on, you're going to feel amazing. And I've had so many clients come back to me and say, I tried this dress on, I didn't love it. My husband walked in and was like, oh my gosh, that dress is gorgeous on you. So I kept it. So I hear a lot of that with Style Box, where women are kind of like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't like surprises. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to get. Like, if I can encourage anyone who's watching this, like, the Style Box is so inspirational. It's so accessible, and it really does give you that jumpstart that you're looking for your self-confidence, for your style. And it's at such a reasonable price. So thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'd take it one step further too, Jenny, because I would say like the thing, like, you know, in relation as well, where women hire me is because I see the best in them. I see their potential. I know where they can go in their business, and I know how I can help them get there. And it's the same thing when we are at a place in our life where we need someone to step in and help us get over that hump. That's when we hire and we invest. You make an investment. You make an investment in someone who's going to help you as a business strategist. You make an investment as someone who's an expert in fashion. You make that investment. And so I feel, to me, that's what it was. Like, it's not just that, you know, oh, I bought a Style Box type of thing. I made an investment in myself, and I made an investment in trusting you, because you've never let me down. And I think it's the same thing when you think about, you know, anyone who is watching and thinking, you know, I don't know if I'm ready to jump out of my comfort zone. I don't know if I want to lean into it. I would encourage you to lean. Like, sometimes you need to lean, and the good things that are on the other side of that step are amazing. Like, they're amazing things. And working with you, I mean, it was, you know, I'm shipping a box from Florida up to Ottawa, and I'm like in Canada, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm getting. And every day I'm like, come on, summer box, because like, I can't wait for the next one. It was worth it.
That's what's exciting. So the summer box, the doors officially open on July 18th. So next Monday. I can't believe it's July, like mid-July, but next week, and they're open for the week. For anybody who is watching, I will have a special coupon code for the first 2 days only. So if you're interested, I'll drop the link here for Style Box. You can read a little bit more about it on the website and see a little bit more about the process. There's a really fun video there. There's a lot of client testimonials and videos. But just thank you so much for coming on here. I feel like you and I could talk forever and ever and ever. And I love working with you. And if you guys are small business, big business, any kind of business, you need to be following and working with Jan. She is like, I can't say enough great things about you. And I too have been in the industry for many, many, many years, and I've never come across somebody who is more brilliant, knowledgeable, and just nails all the things than you. So thank you for being here, hon.
Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's because of you.
Bye, hon.
Take care. Bye.